Hey everybody, welcome back to Tammy Talks. We are here today because we are going to get into Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 6, Second Shot at Love. So before we get started, a huge thank you to everybody that has been supporting the channel. That means subscribing to the channel, thumbsing up the videos, commenting on the videos, all that good stuff. Super appreciated. If you are brand new, or if you just have not subscribed yet, but have been tuning in every week or just every video, I should say, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, jump into the comment section. It's always fun down there, no matter what video you are participating in, and join the party. So let's get started, y'all. All right, so this week the men are back in control. So that means that they have the power to call the women, take them out on dates, and ultimately they're going to be deciding who goes home at the end of the week. So Tommy tells them for this week he wants them to focus in on a woman who is kind of like their second choice. So everybody has like a connection, a deep connection with like their number one. Put that woman to the side for now, and then we're going to focus on like a runner-up basically. And I think that's a really good idea because I feel like we keep seeing the same dates over and over, and what happens if that person gets sent home? You don't have a connection, or you won't have a connection or anyone else left to date. So I think that's a really good idea. So as usual, when we're seeing all these dates, I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll just do like a highlight from what we're seeing. So Walter and Zadia, they go out, they get their to get pedicures. It seems like a really nice, cool date. Nothing too crazy with them. I feel like their conversation went really well. It seemed to flow really good. They talked a lot about like family and stuff like that. We don't see a lot of Zadia's dates. I feel like we are seeing the same dates over and over every week. So I really enjoyed this episode. We saw Sabrina and Sean. I don't like Sean. I just want to put that out there. Something about him is giving old guy in the club vibes to me. I just want to say that it's giving old guy in the club, okay? So Sean is, I feel like every time we see him talking to somebody, he is asking, every time we see him talking to somebody, he is asking, do you want kids? Do you want kids? Do you want kids? I think they said Sean is what, 44, 48? It was either 44 or 48. And I get it. You might want to have kids, but I don't know. His line of questioning, the way that he's going about asking, it bothers me. Like, it really bothers me. So him and Sabrina, I think they're at like a Japanese spot, or it might be a sushi spot, and you know they're playing with the chopsticks, and he flat out asks her because Sabrina has a 8-year-old, soon to be 9-year-old, and he asks her, "Do you want more kids?" And she was like, "I'm done. I'm done." And I kind of feel like a lot of these women that have kids that are preteens and teenagers, they don't want to go back and start from scratch with another kid. And I kind of, like, it's weird to me why that Sean doesn't understand that. But he, like, the way that he kind of looked at Sabrina the way that he looked at her when she kind of was like, "No, I think I'm done," was weird, because then he went on and was like, well, I just want to be sure because 3 months from now I want to make sure I still feel the same way. And she was like, what is going on here? Sean gotta go, y'all. Sean has to go. So we see Aisha and Phil. I absolutely love Phil. Phil is so attractive. He's handsome. He just seems like a super good guy. I like his swag, the way he dresses, just everything. And I feel like we never see Phil. So Phil's out with Aisha, who we see constantly. And they admit that they have like a pretty good connection. They've been kind of eyeing each other, but you know, it's still kind of weird when you're trying to figure out and navigate through dating, you know, all these different people. So Aisha admits that she tells people she doesn't want kids because it's an easier way for her to change the conversation as opposed to her saying what's really going on. So Aisha has 2 children, which we know she has two teenagers. I think she has the 13 and the 15-year-old. And she said they were really hard pregnancies. So she even almost lost her kids, each child, during her pregnancy with them, and then she lost another baby. So she said she doesn't carry children well, and as a result of that, she's kind of scared. Basically, she's scared to go into another pregnancy with her second husband, and in her words, failing him if she's not able to carry the baby to full term and push out a healthy baby. And she starts crying. She gets very emotional. Phil immediately gets up. He goes and comforts her. And I was like, I think it was a very sweet moment, but I just don't think they're a good match. I don't think they're a good match. I actually, to be real, I would like to see Phil and Zadia together. I think they would be very, very cute together. But we know that Phil has his eyes on Shiloh, who we didn't even see this episode. So, nobody even asked her out on a date. And nobody asked the new girl out on a date, Sydney. So, it's yikes. So, then we see Naeem and Camille, who I am sick of seeing Camille. I feel like Camille is the villain of the season. So far, we've seen the trailer for, stuff to come later this season, but I feel like Camille is the villain of this season. She is just, the faces she's making, her attitude, her demeanor, so much stuff about her is just very off-putting. It's damn near distracting the way that she behaves on these dates, and the way that she behaves when she's interacting with these men. There's nothing cute or anything about it. So she goes out with Naeem, and she said that he had on his power to the people dashiki. And I was like, now off rip, I was like, but it's also kind of why did you have to say that? I didn't even know it was a dashiki until she said something. But whatever. I wrote down, I just think she's weird. Camille is weird to me. The face that she makes, the stuff that she does, the questions that she asks. I don't know if she thinks that it's cute. I don't know if she's that's just my personality. Stuff like that. That is not working for you, girl, because Camille's not really vibing with anyone else. And because she's not vibing with anyone else, if Cornelius goes, is she going to quit too? If Cornelius decides, this heifer is crazy, is she going to continue to go through this process? I don't know. She asked Naeem, she asked Naeem to feed her. He gives her an oyster, and she's like, he fed me an oyster. Girl, you asked him to feed you. Oysters are an aphrodisiac. He was not expecting to jump your bones right then and at that moment. So I don't even know why she was even acting that way. I don't know why she was even carrying on and behaving that way. So then she starts asking him if he wants kids. And he was like, yeah, with the right woman, I would love to have kids. Absolutely. She said that she has a son, and she would have her son call him Mr. Nye. And Naeem was like, I don't want to be his father. I'm not going to come in and try to be his father. But I'm also don't want to just be that dude over there that comes around. So it's a weird, kind of a weird space to kind of navigate, exactly what you would want to be called, what you would want the kid to call you. And, it's a weird space. So then she suddenly was like, so what are your finances? Do you make 6 figures a year? And he was like, I'm not answering these questions because the nerve, the audacity, the gall. What is going on here? What is going on with Camille? So, needless to say, Naeem won't be back out with her. We got a double date with Moomin, Sabrina, Frank, and Dante. They went miniature golfing. Dante and Sabrina paired off. We see a lot of Sabrina too. But I swear we see Sabrina on at least 2 dates every episode. So, Dante tells Sabrina that he has 3 kids by 3 different mothers, but there's no drama. He gets along well with everybody. He's good with navigating through that. Frank is out with Moomin, And he asks her, is she really, kind of saving herself for marriage? So Mumin has decided she is like, and she's a born again virgin. She's reinvented herself into the way that starting from like whatever point she decided up until she gets married, she's just not going to have premarital sex. And Frank is a little nervous about that because he kind of feels like in order for me to want to get to that point with you to where I might propose or anything like that, I have to know all aspects of you. I have to know all sides of you. And sometimes that just might include having sex with somebody. That's a different level of intimacy. So I'm glad they had that talk, because now Frank knows exactly where she stands. Like, this was just not something that she just said. Like, she's dead ass about this. So Courtney and Cornelius go rum tasting. I don't think Cornelius is really into Courtney, and I think it's really because he is scared of Camille's reaction if he talks to or dates or even looks at anyone else. So he's like kind of all in with her, but we find out that Cornelius wants to wait for marriage, or wait at least a while before having sex in a relationship. Courtney, as we saw on like a double date that she had towards the beginning of the season, is all for sex. She doesn't really want to wait. Like, to her, sex is a love language. So she wants to know, or she wants to be able to have sex because that's what she does. So Cornelius kind of saw that as a red flag, that he does not know if she'll be able to really not only wait, but like be respectful with waiting. So they're not going to work. So the men get together back in their round table so they can kind of discuss and decide, how they are, like, who's at the top, who's at the bottom. They get down to Courtney and Camille as being the women that nobody was, like, kind of really feeling. It's always funny, though. Always funny when the men are going around, the women too, and they're kind of talking about who they like, who they're feeling in that moment, who they're entertaining, and they always look uncomfortable. Like, it's like, y'all know that these women are going out with everybody. It's okay. You know that in real life, outside of, this experiment, this show, that if I'm talking to somebody and I'm just dating you casually, the next man just might be interested in me, and kind of vice versa. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's like they are always just mystified, and it is hilarious to me because it's like, why are y'all so taken aback or uncomfortable that somebody you're just simply dating, not even really dating, that you're talking to in the process of an experiment might be feeling somebody else? I've never quite understood that. So Walter and Courtney go out, and Courtney was excited for her date, and I'm always like, whenever they're excited. So Courtney was excited for the date, and Walter kind of told her that the men, the rest of the guys, kind of are getting homey vibes from her. She would be cool to kick it with, not necessarily somebody that they would want to date. And while she seemed a little upset, she was very gracious with it. I hate when people are like tacky with it, or have some type of issue and they're yelling and carrying on like that. Be gracious with it. If it didn't work for you, it just didn't work. It just didn't work. And then we see Dante and Camille. Camille had me all the way effed up because Camille came out and off rip, like, she was like, she didn't want to be there because she don't like him like that. And it's like, girl, he don't like you like that either. Like, I just don't understand why she has to be a bitch about it. So she's rude, and she's like, come on, let's wrap it up. And he was like, what is going on here? And she's like, I got somewhere to be at 7. This could have been a Zoom call. You don't have to. And he eventually tells her that, we're not sending you home. He like kind of builds it up. And I think he did that to her because she was being so unbelievably rude about the entire thing. But Dante did kind of mention to her that she's not paying attention, like, to really of any of the other men. She's not giving any of the other men a chance. And she's like, because I know who I want to talk to. We know it's Cornelius. Cornelius, watch out, sir. Watch out, good sir. But that's all I had for Ready to Love. Again, this was season 4, episode 6, Second Shot at Love. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. Jump in the comment section. What couples are you guys looking at? What pairings, I should say, do you guys think should couple up? Do you like how the dates are going? Or skip on that. Who should have went home? Should Courtney have been given another chance, or should Camille have been getting another chance? Let's talk about it down below. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.